What is going on, chat? So, is a mixture of feelings today. I am fairly certain. I think I may have pulled something or popped something in my back, so I'm probably going to be aboard the struggle bus tomorrow. In the morning when I wake up, we'll find out. Hopefully not, but persevere. Upside. Tekken 8 Season 2. Buffs to King. Nerfs to Jin. The timeline is great. Sure thing, man. Especially after the fucking King buffs. Chip damage on throws that you successfully break. Oh. It's so good. I didn't look at all the changes. I don't know if they touched Paul at all. But I'm always happy about the Mishimas getting nerfed, let's be honest. But apparently a bunch of people are worried that like they're taking the route of trying to cover weaknesses of some of the less popular characters or ones that aren't as high up on the tier list. Reyna got a lot of stuff. Reyna got a lot of good stuff out of it. But as far as it goes for Jin getting less safe moves, I'm all for it. Let them play like the rest of the cast. Why don't they? But, anyways, we are going to get back to Disco Elysium because it's been a hot minute since I touched it. And I think it's time for a nice little scenic narrative game. Even though, you know, we're going to be listening to electrochemistry because electrochemistry is going to keep us from being lame while inevitably destroying us completely. Paul got more damage for his damage. Good for you. Not like you needed it. But so basically we're gonna get back to Disco Elysium and we're all gonna get to watch the human train wreck together. I'm still very, very scared that Kim's going to just get fed up with me at some point. I don't want to deal with it again. I really don't. But, oh, yes. And also, thank you, Michael SoGhetto91, for the follow offline. I wish there were more like you. I've suffered through it once, man. Kim, while being a great character and the best of the best, he can He does have a limit, and he actually might get fed up with. He can get fed up with you, and just leave. And it is utterly and emotionally destroying. Let's go ahead. Let's get into this. Let's see. Is it gonna pop up for me? There we go. Think we are good. Okay. Now, I think now let me see here. Where are my notes here? Find my rent. Okay, so I believe last time I played this, we talked to the woman that was like the head of Wild Pines. Yeah, the rep for Wild Pines. She gave me a lot of money after I begged for it. You know, like a real piece of work that I am. Think we're going Hobo Cop? Yeah, we are Hobo Cop. We're looking up derealization. Okay, so let's see. So I think the next place we needed to go was we actually needed to go talk to the people in the protest, I believe. Actually, let's talk to him first. Call me mañana. I don't know if I'm going to be suited enough to punch Measurehead in the face. Because there is a dude that we will have the opportunity to punch in the face here in a little bit.
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
Wow, Half-Light. Thank you for... I forgot I haven't triggered that yet, and no, I don't want to deal with this again. Did he just call me a... What exactly is a scab? Yeah, I'm a scab. Poor and downtrodden. Wave your fist right to work. I'm not a scab. I'm a cop. What exactly is a scab?
Content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Damn. Oh, where did it all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You guys didn't like them very much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes, of trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scam. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
The gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm not gonna listen to Half-Light. We're not doing that this run. I'm not a scab. I'm a cop. However, I am a hobo cop, so I don't know. Being poor and downtrodden also fits how I'm doing this. But I also don't want to I don't want to say I'm a scab right away. We'll go if I'm not a scab. I'm a cop for the moment.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
I've never heard "let us cop" in that manner before.
Speaking of, what brings the RCMP here? To the wild north? Come to see the strike?
I've come to Martinez investigating a murder. I'm looking for assistance with a dead body situation. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it? What's the strike about anyway? Nice talk. Well, I'm a hobo cop. I'm a bit short on money right now.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Oh, fuck. Huh?
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
The fuck was that? So, Kim picked the coin up and handed it to me. Appreciate it, Kim.
Always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
Looking for assistance with a dead body
Body
situation.
still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry.
He rubs his chin as if pondering his core
I'm
beliefs.
not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
That's simple. I just walk in.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead?
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right past him.
Right.
Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past
Aha.
him again.
Okay.
And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
For some reason, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy. Gotcha. I think that's a good. Don't think it's gonna be that easy, call me manana.
Sure, it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone here ever bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
So a physical instrument has apparently dubbed our fists as Dexter and Sinister. Okay. Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Yeah, one more thing. Jaunty 2 and Win Russell on his whiskers. I've come to Martinez investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You never see me investigating a murder.
It's actually very fun and easy. You're right, it's almost impossible. I'm 91% sure I'll never get it solved. I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it. I'm gonna do this. I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
Hell yeah, dude. What's the strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Nice talk. Well, I guess let's talk to the scab leader, I guess.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
Broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Ooh. Uno momento, chat. I will be right back. Alright, Chad, I'm back. Sorry about that. My stomach made some unspeakable noises.
Right to work!
Alright, let's try.
Here to show the militia support for our cause.
I don't think I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand that. Right to work! Right to work!
Garls, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scab.
Who are all these strike breakers? What is a strike? On again, what exactly is your goal here? What is a strike?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
What do the strikers want?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape.
Oh no. He's swole as fuck.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting? What does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You wearing new clothes?
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his.
Interesting. Is he just posing as a scab? Who are all the strike breakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
Man runs a hand to his steadily grand military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, I gotta ask, where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep set suspicion drips from every syllable. Curiosity, going to figure out the strike mess, routine, part of this. I thought you looked real familiar for a second
No.
there.
Don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people.
I already got that. I'm interested in your
We're
background.
Workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, from Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars, maybe there's one I know. Sweet, I know bars. Been thrown out from several. Maybe that's why you seem familiar. I don't really drink, but work has taken me to some. Which one was it? Bouncer. Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know.
Quartet Territorial. Ring a bell?
Not right now, but I might have been there. I don't really remember things well. Yeah, I think I've been there. Never heard of it. Are you lying? Let's say he's lying.
We're done here. I have a strike to break.
Ooh.
To work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I wasn't done asking
Things are
questions.
busy enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
Maybe.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
What's it to you?
We can do this again.
No. Don't think we've met. We're all workers, right?
Okay.
Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain in Jamrock. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Not right now. But I might have been there.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
I want to get into the harbor too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
Interviewing people about a murder that took place here, behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Absolutely nothing.
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring them down. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This really isn't my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir. Pity.
Let us work!
What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you are unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Wait, head measure?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind it.
How bad can one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
You considered storming in? Like all of you?
Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No. They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
Okay, let's go talk to Measurehead. See if I get my ass kicked. There's no lockpicking or door kicking this one. Oh.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Giant side
Don't
agrees.
say anything. Size him up first.
Say enough, we'll size him up.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
Morphophysiology. A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
I'm gonna puff out my chest, but still say
What
nothing.
is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
Down, you take a stock of your physique.
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic. Your own heartbeat in your ears grows frantic.
Ah, fuck.
Your blood pressure rise.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend.
Pedomorphic friend.
This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinez.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
My body is unimportant. I'm with the police, so we need to get into the harbor. My body does not betray my degeneracy. What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy? What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy?
Succumb to Al-Ghul.
Torch in the skies, we were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Wait, Al Ghul. Kim, is it really that bad? You're right, I'm an alcoholic, and I need that dead body to no longer be in the tree. I don't have a problem with Al Ghul. I just drink a little on the weekends. No, if I need you to take down a dead body, let me in. You're right that I'm alcoholic, but I need that dead body to no longer be in the tree.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Ham sandwich race.
Show him the ham still got it.
Actually, I think the ham sandwich race still has it in them. I am the police. I need you to comply now. The race stuff is unimportant. I just need you to help me do my job, please. Police, I need you to comply now.
King motions. Signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
Huh?
Dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
I just need to move about 20 centimeters back, push him out of the way. Right about all this. Now I need you to help me get that corpse down from the tree. It was your people who put that dead body up there. Your people should help me get it down. I mean, physique's not bad. Do I attempt to push him out of the way, or do I just try to pin it on him? Let's attempt to push him out of the way. That was a bad
That
idea.
is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip into him with a punch and catch him off guard. No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
Suggestion is against it. Conceptualization is low as fuck. Oh, man. Man, suggestion. Why'd you have to go against it? Yeah, it's because my psyche still. I don't rip in anyone. Man, it's a white check, so it's not like it'd be terrible. Fuck it, let's go for it. Oh no.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Fuck
Your
you.
fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple. Pain shoots up.
The words to the song have changed. Say, I am a violent drunk.
Nah, I won't fucking say
Your hand
anything.
twists in his grip, and the pain blinds you. Still, you press the words out of your.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
We have extra skill points. Fuck it, let's try it. We'll put one in the physical instrument.
We still need to get into
Jamais vu. Derealization.
Let's see.
Jamais vu. The opposite of deja vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
1 XP for every orb clicked. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. Man, not terrible. Oh, Kim wants to talk.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my close would even prick that hook.
He was the one trying to provoke me. Okay, I was trying to start my dominance over him, but I was fighting bad on several ideologies. I'm a hero. I was gonna get through him. Can't promise that. Might have to attack him again. But he's the one trying to provoke me, Kim.
You're just going to let him manipulate you like that?
Okay, how else are we gonna get through the gates,
There
though?
must be some other way. Let's go see the yard. It faces the other end of the harbor. We're done with Measurehead here.
I can't promise that. I might have to attack him again.
Lieutenant groaned. That's right. You should.
I have put the point into physical instrument, Kim. I gotta do it once
The
more.
race descent has only worsened since our last.
See, now Volition has my back.
Really let yourself go.
Yeah! Second time to charm, let's go.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you.
I know, right? I was totally expecting it to not work again.
Harbor are falling silent. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip. He's open. Rip into him. Right hook. Escalate it. Get intimate with him. Bring the hurt closer.
Rip it to a right hook.
Oh God. Wrong move. Your head is in his hands, like a pair of forceps.
You know the words.
Take the pain, goddammit. At least take that.
Oh, man. Oh, fuck, dude. Never.
Even under the increased force on your skull, there is no pain. Just the sound of your own blood gushing in there.
It must be neurodegenerative. You never learn.
Man, maybe we could do it again. And maybe this time we'll go for the kick. Let's try it again. Oh, shit! Always keep him guessing. He never expected it again.
Over. The man is reeling, gasping for all you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of
Spin kick! Yeah.
the man lands with a dull thud, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button.
Disco Inferno.
As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side.
Looks like you're the new Measurehead now.
Her voice is surprisingly calm.
No one is the new Measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
There we go. Took some doing, but we toppled fucking Measurehead. Hey, call me Manana. Did you see that?
Oh, good. Like the Flying Desperado.
Who or what is the Flying
It's a
Desperado?
really cool Flying Desperado spin kick you did, Boyadero. Often performed by the most hard-bodied boyaderos on the steps.
Yeah, I sure did that thing
So,
that you
what's on your
said.
mind this time?
Okay. Wait a minute. Alright, it opens up that part of there. Every worker, remember the board is written on top of the flyers. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. The radio's made strange buzzing sounds. Standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. The dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara.
Fancy.
And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
You think interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
I have to battle my own focus.
Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing.
Too many words, can't focus. If I let my eyes go completely out of focus, all shapes start melding into each other. Could I actually focus through not focusing? Could I actually not focus so hard that I circle back around
You're
to
a police
focusing?
officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Yeah, Volition, you're no fun.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there?
Yes.
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Try it again.
You're trying hard.
Oh my
but the
gosh.
answer is unbelievably dry. Something about containers.
Bro, I had a 72%. I just spent all my luck fighting Measurehead, didn't I? Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. Cool for saying no, just a non-suicidal. Yeah, it doesn't seem like me very much.
The drawer slides shut.
Couldn't focus on paperwork. Neat office shades. What the hell is that?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change." The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Well, your muscle memory dial random number.
It's unclear whether you
Oh my
actually
goodness.
have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air.
Useful patterns?
Undoubtedly, no. Sure, why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing. Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat, until it works. All it takes is motivation and practice.
If only physical instrument. If only. If only that were the case. I'll have my coat.
The tarpaulin cloak is still hanging on the railing. The white rectangle of the Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back. As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips. I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours. That's what the cloak is relaying.
Spirit corpse and shivers. Suggestion and half-light. Yeah, I'm not really trying to aim for either of those. Let's interact with this.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why antlers?
Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Okay, but why Fristle?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Okay, I'll flip through
To
and
your
see something catch my eye.
There aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Read the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Play it cool, pretend everything or. Kim, I think this is a communist
What do
magazine.
you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Let's catch up on international
This
developments.
section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Too stupid for that. What is Kunst und
It
Kultur?
takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective.
What is Tip Top Tournée?
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing.
Read the profiles,
This
yes.
so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer. That certainly sounds like a certain delinquent youth who likes to harass you from her balcony.
Alright, let's see what these commies have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée.
Wait, what's wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes.
What's wrong with a good motor crash? They just keep it interesting.
That precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Ah, you're right. I really am in it just for the
You see,
violence.
one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tournée is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
Kid, did you know Tip Top Today is actually an orgiastic ritual of capitalistic destruction? I had no idea. Kid, the article says no one really watches Tip Top Tourney for the races.
Oh, come on. Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think so.
A certain kind of young man reads one or two books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
See what the local concerns are.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Should have killed a lot of them when they had the chance. If it weren't for Wild Pines, all those moochers would be out of a job. Charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous. Wouldn't it be better if if labor and capital could reach some reasonable accommodation? Who cares? Doesn't have anything to do with me. Everyone, if labor and capital could reach some kind of reasonable accommodation.
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition. Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're always being left out in the cold. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Gotta say, not very cool. All around you, great machines and quintessence. A composite eye of halogen lights watches you emitting a low buzz. White pine trees are printed on the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. Okay. Control panel. Can I go up there? See faded industrial light on the platform. Cavalsant. Okay, so nothing else up here. What's this button do?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block.
Press Arrête.
The crane stands tall, proud, erect, and still.
Okay, let's press March.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Purpose? What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers. Except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Kim likes machines.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Kim, I think there's something special about this container.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
Maybe. I can't tell. I think we should investigate further.
Because I don't.
Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging from the crane.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to get the body down from the tree.
No reply. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Persuade the door to open. Erratic, yet thorough. It's a white check, 3% chance, sure, why not?
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option?
Because what? wasn't an option?
Using my body over my wits, Kim.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Fine. I don't get to have any fun. Why can't you just let me be... Well, I was gonna say, why can't you just let me be stupid, Kim? But he's literally been letting me be stupid, like, a lot. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads Rene Arnaud.
Kim, I'm gonna take a quick look inside.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Just
It's
look at
a
the picture.
black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that?
Oh, this man piques my interest. I think this can be a side thing. I'm a cop. It's instinctual to collect evidence. Make an artistic photo collage, Kim. Somehow this man piques my interest. I think it might be a side
Fine.
thing.
But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping.
Oh man, I can take all the bottles there.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Did I do this?
Well, yes. I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
It's really sad. I must have been miserable. It's like I had a lot of fun. Still not completely convinced it was me. Not advanced scout. Looks like I had a lot of
It
fun.
really, really doesn't. Let's turn our attention elsewhere and move on.
Come on, Kim.
This is the
Where's it supposed to go? Been down there. Was there somewhere I didn't go down here? It's a container that they won't let me interact with. Oh. Ah, okay. Shipyard's oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Pile of cargo boats used for lifting. One says Vermilion. I punched a giant racist dude. It took some doing, but I did it, and I pressed a button. Musk of oil and rose coming to the kind. I pressed the button and lowered a container, and Kim apparently likes machines, but now it won't let me look at the container. Yeah, it's about it. I've been trying to have fun, and it ain't working out for me too well at the moment. I was gonna say Kim's not letting me have any fun, but he's actually been letting me have a lot of fun. Just, you know, he's just getting the opportunity to tell me I'm being stupid after I'm in fact being stupid.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
Wow, this guy is like surprisingly musical.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
The game is very quiet. Okay, let me tweak something here. Good. Okay. I bumped it up a little bit.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
Bump it up just a little bit more. There we go.
The look in its deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
Well, damn.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with you people and
I
scabs?
mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
What's in that container over there? Point to the containers is better for the crane
Oh,
arm.
that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Man, fine, okay, you're right again, Kim. I didn't learn anything, though. Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm
Yeah, Kim's always right.
Everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down besides the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Hold on, is this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr.
Aw.
Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
I think you're doing a great job, Leo.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright.
The white rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in Martinez, but the recognition from an authority figure made Leo's day.
What a wonderful man. What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
It's a red chick. I haven't
Sure,
hit that
mister.
one yet.
About what?
Where is everyone?
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
I mean, I wasn't planning to. Really? Did they kill someone?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking.
Look for the leader of the dock workers union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school, we did, when we were boys.
He's not Leo. I just want to know where I can find
Oh,
this man.
Mr. Everett is usually in his office, of course. But you gotta be quick if you want to see him. He leaves around 10 p.m.
Which is about to happen.
Bye-bye now.
We will tackle Everard in the morning. Because I need to get... I want to get briefed by Kim before I go after Everard. Because that's kind of like a big story moment. That I'm going to wind up having to go through a metric crap ton of checks. And I have a strange feeling I'm going to fail a lot of them. Because I feel like I used all my luck punching Measurehead in the face. The door cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Okay, so... maybe I don't have an option but to talk to Everard. Oh boy. I have money. What's in there? Okay. Well. Coffee in the giant thermoses is still lukewarm. Stairs made of pallets leading up. Taxidermy fish to tell us. Well, chat,
Before
we're in for it
the
now.
auras of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Let's get straight to business. There's a dead body in the tree.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite the
I'm
giant desk.
Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
And relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
I don't sit. It's kind of my
Very
thing.
well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins move like
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan of Elysium, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Excellent,
Fine.
Mr. Dubois. I can
You
see
got
that
me
you're
there.
a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Try to wink back. Sure, we'll try
So
it.
tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
I'm going to throw a point in the pain threshold because I have a feeling I'm going to need it.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
I already got lots of money from the other one. You know what? I don't like the fact that it's from it's on a comically large check. Keep it. I'm good.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
So he's trying to get at me by knowing about this. I don't want to respond of how do you know about my lost gun. I shouldn't do that. I'm not worried. I got this. I would appreciate any help. I'm not worried. I got this.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Kim, help me here.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Oh boy, I'm about to fail hardcore.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
No, I'm not about to cry. So what? Men can cry too. No, I did try to stay cool.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look...
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to a
Mr.
safe
Dubois,
place.
are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Nah, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois. Vaguely gesture with your hands above your head. Oh yeah, man. I'm fucking great. Keep sliding. Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water. Sit upright. I'm melted. Nah, I'm as good as it gets, man.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Man, they are really plowing it onto me. Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
I understand. I am a terrifying death machine.
Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of his race thing. But the Union did not get where we are today by frowning on eccentricity. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
What's in that container outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's something special about it. It was attached to the Cavalsun crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
I did, and you told me I was being ridiculous. So I do need to talk it open. I think I'm above my pay grade on that one. I'm told the union is involved in the local drug trade.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny Fat Guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
No comment.
Harry, you wound me, Harry, in the heart. But I trust you to put this to bed. Do what you must, and let's change the subject, shall we?
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken. Do we have anything else to do here, Harry?
I don't like Kim calling me Harry. It feels bad. Call me Mr. Dubois.
Of
Why?
course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
So that's really my name.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
Damn, Kim. It's true, my memory's a bit hazy.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. You're among friends, and the good news is, I have a big fat folder on you, Harry. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask. Maybe I can help you out.
Don't trust him. For all you know, Dubois might be his name. You need to confirm this.
I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able to address. And you were probably right. I can.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder.
Let's see. Oh man, it's a red check and it's 28%. Oh. Fuck it, we ball.
Everard's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
Got nothing to hide.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really...
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
What kind of cop does it say that I am?
Harry, you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. You're a superstar.
No. I'm definitely not a
Nonsense,
star.
Harry. You lit up this container when you walked in here. You're my golden boy.
Talk about other
Of
matters.
course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I've opened a few doors in my life.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
I bet you don't even know anything about the
Harry,
hanging.
my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
I can't accept a thing
Of
for right now.
course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to... Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
Can you help me get a dead body down for a tree?
Noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
You are a community leader. Help your
I
community
can
out.
certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. You can find Luke down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you, now that he's back on his feet.
I met Joy as the company
Oh,
representative.
that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her, because you and I are such good friends, and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. I'm not a jealous guy.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr.
What do you
Gomont?
mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
You called him something.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly.
Interesting. Find a little
I'm just
odd.
a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me.
Okay then, positive emotions it is. You like positive emotions.
Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Well, you let her in to
If
see you.
she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't
Uh-huh.
want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Okay, let's talk about
Of
something
course,
else.
Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
A little bit. Thought I lost gun.
Your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Hold on. Could he really be holding my gun
Who
hostage?
knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
I will not be blackmailed by this.
Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
Gonna leave now, but we might talk
Wait.
again later.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great, wouldn't want to get stuck in
Here,
here.
you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
Yes, my
We can
house
pick up
room
where
calls.
we left off tomorrow morning.
Oh, Look, something forgotten on the coffee table. Huh? Ah, there it is. I ain't finding it. Already that.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic.
I knocked you out like a god of martial arts.
True, I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered a little.
He means very little.
Everett told you to help us get the buy down
So
the
it
tree.
was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the humans' side.
Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do
This
that?
is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup. They
Fine, go
see
take him
that
down.
They stay here the whole time.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Why are you with Measurehead?
Look at him. His craniometric perfection. Are you cops or what?
Apparently so.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it.
Don't worry. Physical stuff like this is really easy for Measurehead. Mental stuff too. He's really spiritual, you know. It's late outside, isn't it? You guys must really like doing what you do to be out so late.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
There's no side choosing. We do what we had to do to
And
keep
what
order.
you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see.
We will tackle the whole body issue after. I talked to Kim now.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
Okay, so I gotta talk to him on the balcony.
Yes?
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Oh boy. Is Kim gonna tell me I'm doing a
The air
fucking horrible
outside
job?
is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
That's a great
You're
idea.
cold, detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night.
Right then, the debrief.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day. I
Anyway,
have a cigarette.
Oh man, he looks
let's
so
ask him how he got to
devastatingly
be
cool.
so
You mean
cool.
this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit.
Alright.
It's been a long and eventful day.
So how do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can, but we have some leads we can follow up. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, and we still have to get him down from the tree.
I admit I'm a little out of
Being
practice.
sober also tends to help with precision. But moving on to the interviews, we conducted an interview with Everard Clark. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
Sure, I can get him to tell us more.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
I don't know how I feel about my name, actually.
That's normal. It's best not to give it too much thought. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
Not to waste time, you know, my mind moves fast. Training for a long distance run. I wanted to raise money for charity. Just how I roll in the Precinct 41. I don't know why I do the things I do, Kim. I don't like to waste time, you know, my mind moves fast, or else I try to
It's
keep
impressive, especially for a man your age, and in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Alright, cool. Give me a compliment. Alright. So what are our powers
They're
exactly?
quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Ravachol.
Okay, what else
We
you
can
got?
arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait. How can you be sure the arrestee will actually show up, though?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
And what if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on
You have
duty,
to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
what happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
And who makes all these rules?
Yes, the international community's mission in Ravachol, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Ravachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
So they were allowed to form its point. Citizens of Rivershaw or the college. To maintain that order, no. Or perhaps it's better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens are. Say it was a coalition.
It's
government.
probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
The moral intern. What is
The
that?
Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you
There
describe
are a
them?
union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
The ICP? Do they question how magnets work? What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something ominous. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Who's Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
For you, she is something painful, though it's hard to say why.
Interested. What do you think of
The
them?
moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like the moral intern.
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad. But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
I have an opinion on the moral
Do you?
intern. Things are bad out here. We need them here, giving us right voice for Evershaw. Done an awful job here. Have you seen this place? This isn't humanism. We're stooges of the world's biggest bourgeoisie organization, protecting bourgeoisie rights. Mutters silently. Immigrants, liberal kips, fucking men turning into women. Men are turning into women. Second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. Things are bad out here. Say that. I don't have an opinion.
My
Forget about it.
kind of police officer.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
Say nothing.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like
It's our
this?
fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks.
And the Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
This is the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting through the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Ah, Ah, so Kim stays in the room right next to mine. Interesting.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. The fan stands still. The switch must be broken, because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like the lights are on.
Anything else up?
The window stands broken in it. You see some lights shimmering outside. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall
Your
asleep.
breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Dream sequence time. Whoa.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Born in a hospital where people usually go to die. I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
He said, who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I left.
Oh no, Funky baby, you stay. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I don't want to come back.
They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Aesolus. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Switching up the bed. Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
My mind is tired and broken.
Your mind is what now? I can't hear you. The rest is just a word dream. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Well, that was intense. The fuck was all that about?
Good going, buddy.
Oh my god, what the hell was that?
Just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell's going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
Wait, what is speed? I need to get more of it then. Detecting is my life. No, I can take this. I'm not going to go looking for speed. I'm curious to see how electrochemistry describes it.
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago. With me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die. Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it. It's that simple.
I need to get more of it then. Detecting is my life.
Of course. Martinez is speed central. You just gotta poke around. Follow your nose. You and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come home. This time, it will be different. The door is closed. This door can open as you hold the metal. You sense the warmth left there by her hand.
Carried over a whole day? Damn.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
This is the man that Guard told us about
I
yesterday.
completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and one loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it.
You mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
There's so many of them. Maybe we should call
That would
reinforcements.
just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
He's not exaggerating about that mortal danger. Just calmly factoring it in. Your fists clench and your pulse rises uncomfortably.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that...
Can I help you?
Okay, he's got nothing. What about you?
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Let's
Please
kick it.
don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
A faint smile tells you she appreciates the effort, but at the moment her mind is on more serious matters.
The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Oh, the phone
The
line.
manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Why do you need to use the phone anyway?
The young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay, I'll buy it. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
You have more important things to worry about.
What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Right. Who's this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
Are they in a rough neighborhood?
There's a nameless old fishing village nearby, but we've never had any trouble there before. There is a lot of crime around here, isn't there?
I can't say it's the best part of town, but I wouldn't worry too much about a pair of grown men traveling together.
The lieutenant doesn't want to agitate the woman. Do it. Find her husband. This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Sounds like police business. I'll help you find your husband.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but...
It's just a little side thing. We'll do it down the line.
If you say so.
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel.
So your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Maybe you should convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
Sometimes the most charming thing you can do is be reasonable in your requests.
Could you tell me about just one interesting
I
cryptid?
suppose you could use a break, and I could use a distraction.
One cryptid, like you said. One. This can't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. We have things to do.
Okay, just one little cryptid, I promise.
And assumes a waiting posture. Cryptids, cryptids. Let's hear about all the interesting cryptids.
Is that a cryptid on this pad you gave me?
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo.
War story?
Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
And there was something about an undiscovered subspecies of man?
Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own. just like your partners.
I knew it, Kib. You're not human. I'm pretty sure Kib was answering you this. Ha! That's why I always have to take the lead, right, Kim? Yeah, that's why I always gotta talk, right?
I'm beginning to wonder if I should.
Please don't
Damn.
misunderstand me, either of you. I didn't mean to imply that Saolites are inferior to us. In many ways, you are superior. For example, your earwax doesn't have a foul odor like ours does.
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today.
Educational. So we discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
Tell me more about this rare insect you're
Oh,
looking for.
sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
You're right.
Of course, dear.
Kim, you're so impatient. Tell me about moral. Looks, character, your relationship.
I'm not sure where to begin.
What does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try again. If I were to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did the two of you meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
That's all
I
information
hope
I need.
I've been useful.
Gar, what's your problem with the phone, man?
Another thing. Great. I love those.
So the phone line is dead?
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
It's pretty strange.
Not strange, it's inconvenient.
Is it true there is foul
Who
play?
told you that?
Doesn't matter. I just want to know who you suspect.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes?
Can I do anything
You
with the
see
door?
a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock.
Nope.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Me neutral. I'm just here to do my job.
Not a muscle moves in her face. But
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
she says nothing. You're sure easily mentioned something about a lawyer, Elizabeth someone. But you're too dumb to remember what it was.
What do I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say it. You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
What's your role in all this?
Obviously, I'm a lawyer. A legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
So aggressive.
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people...
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Yeah, let's do that. Let's ask those questions.
Let's.
I think this guy doesn't have anything to say still. Yep. Okay. Decent amount of progress. And with that, we will leave off for tonight. I hope everyone in chat has a wonderful rest of the evening. I'll probably get back to this sooner than last time, so a lot of it stays fresh. So, you look forward to that. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Bye-bye.